third one is called Flash of Silver. It's a knife coming straight at you. So we don't see it as an arc. We see it as straight at you. In a real fight, man, it is really hard to determine, is that arcing at me? Is that coming straight at me? Is it his left hand? Is his right hand? We would never advise you to be in a position where you're waiting to be attacked. Always teach you guys, run, get out of there, right? If you can't get out of there, attack. If the guy pulls a knife on you, like my teacher, Master Lee, taught me the flash of silver. When you see the flash of silver, take action instantly. You don't have somebody pull out a knife and mess with you. As soon as you see it, you kick that guy full blast. Just put him in the next room, right? But if for some reason you were caught off guard and this knife just came flying at you, linear, straight at you, what we're going to do is we're going to cause deflection. We're going to try to redirect that knife. Master Lee said when you deal with a knife, high likelihood you're going to get cut. You probably won't even know it. Your endorphins are so pumped, you're not going to feel probably any pain at all. You may be bleeding later, but it doesn't matter as long as you are alive. When you get cut on the outside of your body, very little blood loss. The inside though, the radial artery, the femoral artery here, carotid artery, the aorta, that's trouble, right? Highly unlikely those parts are going to get hit because they're well protected. You may get some cuts on the outside. That's part of what happens. The goal for you is to come home and see your family and friends and not die by getting stabbed multiple times, right? You don't want that. So when that knife comes flying at you, a couple things to help save you is that quick redirection with an outward wrist parry using your right hand, followed by left hand controlling the arm. Never to parry the knife. Try to parry his hand and the arm, not the blade, right? So we have redirection. Also, we're going to turn our body as the knife comes in, so there's less of us, right? There's less of us to get hit. And our body will go a little bit to the outside. All of that happens at once. This is the main thing though I want you guys to get is that quick outward motion. Very little to do that causes the redirection, and it will incorporate this whole area. Wherever that knife's coming, you'll have a redirection, right? And at the same time, we step offline. So we're doing all that together. Knife comes at us, one motion. If you can do it relaxed, you'll be able to do it really fast. If you get too tight, too excited, your muscles tense up, you can't move as good. So try to learn to be really relaxed and try to exhale whenever you hear it go or whenever you want to go. When you're practicing, don't breathe in, breathe out. So the knife comes at you, redirect. Then from here, we're going to pull that arm against the hip bone. The knife is behind us now. It's not near our body. We've got a lot of leverage here, a lot of power, even against a strong guy. So that's pretty good. And then right away, the right hand that had finished doing a parry just jabs right into the guy's eyes, right, with a rigid claw. And people say, well, Mr. Flint, why are you doing something that severe? Why not just punch him? This guy tried to kill you. He had a knife coming at you. If you hurt him, it's like that old adage, if you go to hunt a bear, which I would never do that, but if you go to hunt a bear, don't wound it, because it'll kill you. Same thing with somebody with lethal force, a knife, end it. Don't let somebody ruin your life. You didn't start it. You're just there, and they targeted you. End it and get out of there. So we're going to step in with the parries, redirect, rigid claw to the eyes, and then we're going to come back and we're going to grab a hold of that arm. We're going to keep it pinned against our hip because we got a lot of inward power. We got a lot of strength. We're in a low stance. We're stable. We just jabbed into his eyes. Even if you missed, you hit him in the throat, you hit him in the face, that is going to hurt. That's like getting stabbed in your face. I did that one time by accident. A friend of mine came up when I was in high school. I was only, I think, a purple belt at the time. And he grabbed me from behind, and I didn't even mean to do this. I just spun around. I broke his grip. I drove into his face with a rigid claw. I didn't know it was him. I just reacted. But I had such bad form at that time that I hit him obliquely, so it put 2 puncture wounds in his face that were bleeding, and he was screaming. He was on the ground. That fight was over. I felt terrible because it's my friend, right? But had I had better form, that would have been the end of his vision. That's a powerful, brutal weapon. Someone's trying to kill you though, you're justified in doing it. I would do it. I think you should do it. Stop the fight. Don't let somebody take your life. You have the right to defend yourself. You're never trying to kill somebody. You're only trying to stop the fight. But if they have the present ability and the intent to cause great bodily harm or death, if you can't get out of there, you need to do whatever you have to do to stop that. Once you stop it, you can't do beyond that. You have to stop the fight and get out. So the guy comes at us with a knife. We have the redirection. This technique is flash of silver. We're going to hold tight. We're going to rigicly the eyes. And we're going to come back, grab. And then our left leg is going to step 90 degrees off this direction. And we're going to hold on tight on our hip to his wrist. This is going to drive in and down. It's going to go against his straightened arm. His arm's all straightened out. You come down with 20 pounds of pressure or more against that arm. You're going to bend it the wrong way, right? It'll hyperextend. It doesn't break a bone, but the joint falls apart. And that arm's trashed. You can't use it. So flash of silver, knife comes in, redirection, rigid claw, come back, step in with your left foot and drive down on that arm, break that arm. From there, you're going to drive a right knee into the head, because when you drove down on his arm, his head came down, your back knee is going to drive up and smack him in the head. You want to drive it up to about patch level, because you want to hit, but also knock that head up pretty high. So you're holding on, you're going to knee him in the head. Your left hand now is trying to hold his wrist. You want to free up your right hand, because you want to use it for something here in a second. So you're holding with your left, you knee him in the head. After you knee him in the head, then step in with your right. And as you step in with your right into a horse, drop your body weight and drop a chop. Hold on tight still with your left hand on the hip. Drop a chop down full power into the medulla oblongata, the base of his brain right here. And that's going to mess up that signal from the brain down to the body, cause at least temporary paralysis, and you can get out of there. So this is flash of silver, well suited for a linear shot coming right at you. Again, it's hard to tell. Somebody's got a knife. What are they going to do? They're going to go high, they're going to go low, which hand? So the best thing is not to wait. The best thing is get out of there or attack. If you have to respond, then if it's straight, this will work. Comes right at me, right? Redirect. Rigid claw to the eyes, grab, step in with my left foot, break the arm. Then from there, I'm going to do the right knee to the head. After the knee, have you guys see it? I'm going to do the knee to the head. I'm going to step in. Right where my body weight lands, chop to the base of the brain, and then cat, and then back to horse. Okay, so that's flash of silver.